Hello, everyone. That was
Hello,
dicey because the macros didn't work as I expected. Huzzah! But we're
hello,
here.
hello, and welcome to Table Troop Games, formerly the Explorers League. My name's Doozapin Dan, and these are the wonderful nerds I play with. Um, we will be playing Vampire the Masquerade B5 game called Afterlife. It is a Thin Blood campaign and is set in London 2014, uh, sometime after the finale of Blood on the Streets, our previous B5 campaign. Jenny will be our DM, so take it away. Jenny, introduce everyone.
Sure, yeah. Everyone, you may remember me from Blood in the Streets as the terrible bully. Now I'm just a storyteller. Um, as you said, this is a Thin Blood campaign, and we'll be starting off with a rather interesting Sabbat ritual thing happening. So none of these lovely people have been embraced quite yet, but we'll get to that very soon. But yeah, Brian, how about you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Brian. I'm a bit confused why Jenny said the same thing twice. Terrible bully, storyteller. I heard the same thing.
Mythology.
But yeah, I will be playing one of your lovely Finbloods who you'll be introduced soon. Hopefully, as far as I'm aware, this character isn't a serial killer, but who knows? And when I'm not here, I will be on my own stream, currently doing a Skyrim challenge as well as my Power Rangers game. Last time, my Rangers fought the Jersey Devil, who was bullying them for being nerds and turning them into sports equipment.
Nerds.
Turbo, you look like you have a question, so why don't you introduce yourself next?
Hi, I'm the lazy gerbil. My only question is, huh? This, and I will be playing a lovely thin blood who will be introduced shortly. I can sum up the mood with, haha, I'm in danger.
Cool. Shadows.
Hi. I'm your friendly neighborhood shadow. If there's tech woes, I blame Doozer on his gremlins.
Wait, I have gremlins.
You have tech gremlins, yes.
I do.
I'll be playing the very fatherly, very nice Elliot Payne. More on him when we start.
And yeah, do so. Just about yourself.
Hello, my name is Doozapin Dan, writer, streamer, gamer, and all-around nerd. I will be playing James Cleverly, your aspiring gangster, who he's just a businessman, and he's innocent, Governor. He's innocent. He didn't do nothing wrong.
He's very guilty. He's a serial killer. Chat, I spotted the sus one for you. He's the imposter.
It's all lies. You can prove nothing. There's no evidence.
PTO Among Us would be very weird.
It would be. Could be fun. Right, anyway.
When did it be spot the Sabbat?
No,
Isn't Josh doing something like that?
If you were playing VTM Among Us, you'd have to find a person that's not sus.
Yeah.
Anyway, to keep us on track, let's get into this. Let's see what horrible fate awaits our Thin Bloods. So yeah, to set the scene, As there's said, it's 2014 in London. We have just used. We've just seen this giant hole in the sky open up. People panicked. It was terrible. Some people are blaming a space launch. And yeah, for a while there, everyone was kind of like, oh my God, is the world ending? But it's been a couple of months. And everyone is attentively starting to go about their day again, including these lovely people. But unfortunately, their days were interrupted, and they were abducted, and now they wake up. Just move to new screen. So, one by one, you'll start to come to in this large, what can only be described as a mausoleum. It's open to the sky, there are stars above you, and around you stands 5 figures in kind of garish occult robes. One stands in the middle in front of you, with a golden mask and his hood down. As each of you wake up, let's go around and describe the characters to get an idea of what they look like. So, Bizzarre, so you wake up first.
James, sorry. James is, he's about 5'10", 5'11". He is slender but toned. He clearly does a lot of physical activity. He's tanned and has short brown hair. He is averagely handsome. He's not ugly, but he's not like noteworthy to look at. He is wearing a suit. He looks smart and businesslike. He definitely does not look like he belongs in an occult ritual. He's I think that's about it, really. Like, he's probably got an expensive watch and expensive rings and all that, like jewelry.
Yeah,
I don't know if they would have taken that away from him.
No. You can still feel the rings and your watch and things under your tightly bound hands behind you. Yeah. Or the ropes that bind you, anyway. Gerbil, can you describe Veronica for us as you wake up?
So Veronica is about 4'6". She has massive, like, curly red hair, a smattering of freckles across her face, like bright blue eyes, and she is quite pretty. And currently she's wearing like a lab coat and a pencil skirt that goes like right below the knee, leggings, and a pair of like, black flats. And she looks fucking terrified.
Okay. Yeah. Shadows. You describe Elliot.
Yeah. So you see a man about 24, tanned, probably from working out too much in the sun. Short hair, the beginnings of a stubble. He's decently built. You can notice that through the sort of white sporting, I forget, jacket kind of thing, like this. He's basically wearing this. He has brown, dark eyes. That's really, really it. He does seem to be scanning everything worriedly.
Mhm. Yeah. And last but not least, right, can you describe Zach?
Zach's a short guy, about 5'1". His lower half of his body is actually he's dressed very similar to Veronica because they have this similar vocation. But above he's wearing a green spiderweb top that looks really nice, and his face he's got a bit not super gothic, but some light makeup on. And his hair is rather long hair in a ponytail, tied neatly behind his head. Just a bit not as freaked out as the others because his abduction was a bit more civil, but still a bit nervous because he assumed some weird shit was going down when he put on that blindfold. Because he had no choice about putting on that blindfold.
I see, so Zach is in on it. Hashtag found your imposter.
Zach was not in on it, he just didn't see the point of fighting when a big dude in a golden mask says, "You're coming with me."
Josh.
So, you're all in a sort of kneeling position as you come to. Your hands are bound behind your back, and you're basically in a line. As your eyes focus and take in your surroundings, you see a ritualistic symbol has been burned into the grass around you, and painted over with like this dark red, blackish substance. It looks gooey and still wet. The figure in the gold mask. Yeah, right.
Look at this. Do any of my old college days in the occult, can I roll an occult to see if I recognize these weird symbols at all?
Sure, yeah. You have a rough idea anyway. Yeah, go ahead. Intelligence occult.
Let's see. First roll of the game, let's see how bad it goes.
Yeah,
I can't willpower or anything, I'm guessing.
you can.
Okay. My normal
That is a
VTM luck
roll.
stands.
Yeah, you're kind of in a daze right now.
I just
Given
wanted
the
to see.
situation, it's a lot to take in.
I just wanted to see if I would get anything. I assumed not, but it was a fun try.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you get my bad luck out the way early.
Oh, yeah, Gerbil.
So, hands are bound behind back. What's the leg and feet situation?
But they're also bound when you try to move. You are definitely being forced into a kneeling position.
Are we being held up by anything, or are we just
Your own power. You're just kneeling. But yeah, as you begin to sort of shuffle and move slightly, the figure in the golden mask raises a hand to get your attention. Finally, the hour is upon us. My friends, I'm so delighted that you could join me for this epoch-defining event. You have a gag in your mouth.
Damn it.
Sorry, I should have mentioned.
Sorry.
But
He says that, but it's more like
mhm. I'm quite sure what you have to say is terribly important, but nothing is as important as what I have to do with you tonight. I'm going to set you on a path to true freedom. And he gestures to the others, the four others who move around behind you and take each of you individually and move you into the middle of this circle that has been painted onto the grass. Trouble?
Veronica tries to headbutt the person that's grabbing her.
Sure, you may make a strength brawl.
James is going to try to wriggle out of the binding.
Sure. You can make a Dex Athletics, please.
The feet are tied to each other, right?
Yes. This is
Yes.
not going to be an easy check.
Yeah, no. So we kind of have to hop to move forwards.
You're being sort of like lifted and sort of dragged into the circle. There's sort of like marks where this not paint is ruining your leggings and trousers and everything. Gentlemen, I would incline you not to struggle this evening. Things will go much smoother.
What happens with
let's
2
see.
successes in the headbutt?
You connect, but there's no movement. Like it seems like it does nothing at all. But you do feel like you hit something.
Elliot is just looking around at what the others are doing.
I mean, that's, yeah. The figure in the golden mask. If you could all be like Mr. McMillan, please. And just behave. This will only take some time. And you'll have the rest of your lives to what you want. Now, first off, as I said, thank you for joining me this evening. One of the figures comes over and hands him a chalice. This gold ornate, ostentatious, like chalice. Like some of you might not know what a chalice is, in like an occult sense, but like
It's a cup.
everyone looking at it is like that's a chalice.
It's a very ornate looking cup.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you don't know why. Anyway,
Oh, you meant in character. Sorry, I'll shut up.
So the figure in the gold mask. I'd like the present to begin. And he removes the mask, revealing a young, kind of twink-looking guy, just very attractive, like very well-defined, like jawbones. You could cut glass on him, he bites into his wrist and begins to fill the chalice, before letting it closed again and passing the chalice back to one of the others. And you watch as they all lower their hoods. There's a mix of men and women here. One looks horrifying, their face all disfigured and warped, big sort of red rotten splotches across the face. One looks horrifyingly beautiful as she stands there, and each in turn do the same. They bite into their wrist, they fill this chalice and pass it back to this main figure, who lifts it. We bless this offering in the name of the Father, and offer ourselves to Ivas. And he takes a large drink of it before passing it back to the others. You all, again, repeat the action and repeat the intonation. Well, we're gathered here tonight to make an offering to our Dark Father. He gestures to the four of you. To find the true path between the night, the day, and the will of man. You see one of the figures has gone off and returns with a body of an unconscious individual. He is wearing priest's vestments, and he pulls him into the middle of the circle between all of you. The previously masked individual looks to Zach. I did have another priest in mind for this, but this one will do. And he steps into the middle of the circle, pulls out a long, thin dagger from one of his sleeves in a very practiced motion. And he begins chanting. It's hard to make out, but it sounds like Latin. And he brings the knife down and slowly carves it into the man's chest. Blood gushes out, spilling across the circle, and moving through ruins that have been dug into the ground, almost as if the blood has a mind of its own, filling up this space around you. In these strange hieroglyphics. The chanting becomes more and more fervent. Do any of you do anything? Is there anything anyone would like to try to do?
The priest, do I recognize it?
You don't. Jarmo?
While this was all happening, I would like to try to free myself from my bonds.
Mm-hmm. As you're beginning to try and struggle free, because this is a horrific sight, these people are clearly fucking insane, and you are in danger. As you begin to struggle in a panic, you feel hands on your shoulders. As one of these figures has moved behind you, you can see this action mirrored in all the others, as you're sitting in like a square facing each other, and this bleeding priest. Shadows.
Did they drop us kneeled or are we standing?
You're kneel. You're knelt. Right.
So James is going to try to push himself to his feet, but I imagine
It's that fine, not too far. Right.
Saga's going to try and commit as much to this weird ritual to memory as he can, in case he doesn't die here, so he can look into it later. Just because this is weird shit, but interesting to his darker sensibilities.
I mean, that's admirable. Make a composure resolve check, or composure intelligence. Ryan. No, not Ryan. Dizzer, you were going to say something.
Yeah, sorry. James is going to try to push himself to his feet so he can, try. like, it's stupid, his feet are bound, but he does not want to be here for this, so he's going to try to, like, sort of push himself away. It's more of a reflexive action than a conscious thought. But I doubt he's going to get anywhere with that.
I do want
yeah.
willpower my roll, by the way.
Sure. Yeah, feel free. Everything is going by fast. You pick up some of the elements, like some of these strange symbols that are forming on the ground around you are definitely burned into your memory. But there's a lot happening, and again, you feel hands on your shoulders. And as each of you are looking in horror and shock at the murder you have just witnessed, you see around each of these other three individuals who are kneeling with you. Behind them, the figures pull similar knives out and stab them into the side of your neck. And you're dropped to the ground. Your own blood mingling in this ritual. Yeah, shadows.
Could I have rolled composure right before, just to determine whether he's looking at them with anger or crying?
Sure. Yeah. Do willpower, please.
I'm going to be
I was saying just
composure
composure. Just is he composed?
All right. Okay. Sure.
I'm going to be real. That actually made me cringe a bit. Just the knife just sliding into my neck.
I don't know. What do you think? I think crying. I think
crying, yeah.
I think there's a little bit of I've given up hope. Time to cry.
So,
Sorry, I just want to say, what in the Indiana Jones fuck is this?
this is how I do mass embraces. Let's go around as
You have
each of
chosen.
you, as each of you feel your life leaving through your throat. You cannot scream. You feel the weakness of blood loss overtake you. The two medically trained people here can probably sort of list off the things in their head as like different functions are lost. You know how absolutely terrible this is. There's not any saving you. What are your last thoughts before each of you die? We'll start with Ryan.
My last thoughts aren't even words or thoughts. It's just kind of a family-esque photo of Zach and his boyfriend and his siblings just in his mind, just picturing a trip they had planned that will now never happen.
Okay.
Probably just trying to mutter their names.
Doozer?
James's last thoughts will be of his parents and his brother, and how he knows they'll miss him. He knows that he knows that they'll be devastated by this, that they'll miss him, and they'll never know what happened. They'll never know. They'll never know the truth. And the last thought going through his head as he pictures them is just, "I'm sorry."
Trevor.
So, images flash through Veronica's head, and the one that pops out most is a photo with her boyfriend, her dog, and her sister, with the caption, "First Christmas." And her final thought is, "I won't get to walk her down the aisle."
And shadows.
It's a tiny, cramped apartment there's a about 6-year-old girl playing with a set of Legos. And just the thought as she turns around with a beaming smile, like, Daddy's home, of, I'm sorry.
Mm. As each of your last moments eke away into darkness, the void above, and your life is consumed by the ground below. As it mingles with the blood of an innocent, you hear the chanting come to an end. You're not sure if that's just because you are losing your senses. The edges of your vision have gone dark. You probably don't even have the strength to open your eyes, to be honest. You just hear very softly. I won't apologize for what I've done to you. As I said, I'm setting you free. I wish you luck. And then all of you die. The camera lingers for a moment. We see this figure putting the golden mask back on. We see each of the others bow from their positions behind where you were previously living. And the scene fades out. Let's see who wakes up first. Let's start with Shadows.
Okay.
Your eyes snap open. You are under a hateful sun. It clears down at you. You are still in the mausoleum. The remains of this bloody massacre around you, but somehow you still live.
Am I bound?
Your bonds seem to have been removed.
Okay, in which case he
Rebel.
does shield his eyes with the hand.
I will leave this up to Shadows, but would you think that that Elliot and Veronica know each other?
We'll get to that in a second. What does Elliot do? As you shield your eyes, it reduces, but it's uncomfortable. Like, this doesn't feel right. Your heart comes in off rhythm beats, as if it is struggling. A faint echo of itself resonates in your chest, trying to move blood around, blood that you can still see splattered across the ground in front of you where your neck was stabbed.
If it doesn't come across in the camera, he's like using 2 fingers to probe for both a pulse and the wound.
You feel a pulse. It's steady, but it's there. And you don't feel a wound. In fact, your skin is unmarred. There's not even you can't feel any scar tissue. You can't feel any place where the knife went in. You felt it going. It was pain. It is the worst thing you have ever felt in your life, but it is not there. As you are bringing yourself together, we'll move over to Veronica. Similarly, your eyes snap open as if you only lost consciousness for a moment. You still remember that horrible, horrible instant that you died.
Was that me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine.
I was looking at my sheet and I completely missed it. So Veronica wakes up and just like, what? What?
Yeah, there's no wound. Um,
And I think she gropes for her phone and looks at the last text she sent.
when you go to group for your phone, you do not have it.
Bitch. And I think her first instinct is to check on the others who haven't woken up yet. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If you all just let him go, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, my business is take the toe. She's checking on Zach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you run over to check on Zach, let's cut to James instead. As James's eyes flutter open. James, you've been murdered.
Oh fuck! What the fuck? What the fuck? And his hand is and he's probing the wound that's not there. And it's like, what the fuck? Who are you people? The fuck's going on here? What the fuck? I died? What the fuck?
That, or we all got spiked with the exact same drug and had the exact same trip.
Yeah, that's not how drugs work, mate.
I know.
You say that as Zach, your eyes snap open. You feel hands on your shoulders, trying to like check if you're okay. I mean, you don't know their intention, but you were just stabbed and you're coming back to.
For what
Yeah.
it's worth,
The first thing Zach would do is instantly just grab whatever's, touching him.
and she's like, hey, it's okay.
Oh, it's you. Hey, Doctor. Hey, Dr. Gray. Yeah. Well, we're not dead. The first thing Zach does at this is Sam gives himself a full medical check from head to toe. And then feels for his phone, which I assume is also gone.
As you all sort of put yourselves up, you are standing in the remains of this ritual circle. There is a small place where the priest's body was. That there's sort of like the evidence of it being dragged out of the circle, breaking the sort of full lines, I guess would be the correct word. Shadow, you're going to say something.
Yeah. When I get to my feet, which since I woke up first, probably the first one to do that, can I have looked around and found some shade and gone towards it?
Mm-hmm. The sun's like quite high in the sky, but this place is arches and like there's probably like one wall that is covered in shade. It looks very inviting, to be honest.
Whenever he gets there, he'll probably heave like he's gonna throw up. I don't know how that works anymore. Probably doesn't.
I think you have lifeline, right?
I do, but I'm just not sure, given he just died, whether there's anything to throw up.
The contents of your last meal and things, they do bubble up and you have marked the tomb of Francis Dashwood, whoever the fuck that is.
You get
Yeah,
punched by
it's-
Francis's ghost.
Fight me, Francis. Fight me.
Does anyone have their phone on them?
No, it's gone.
No, I dropped my phone back at my place.
I had it on me, but I assume they confiscated it after I blindfolded myself. Don't know why I did that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Zach,
they
you're
may-
in the middle. Hold on. Zach, you're in the middle of doing your medical exam on yourself. Give me an intelligence medicine check, please.
I have a specialization in diagnosis. If
Okay.
that helps.
That does help. You can add the +1.
While he's rolling, after I throw up, can I like find an exit?
So that's correct.
Yeah, that is excellent.
Jesus.
It is weird. You are.
I do also have
Alive.
like if that helps.
It does. You're alive, but there's something off. You also feel terrible under the sun. You see this other person that you're not sure if you recognize or not, like maybe like the shadow of a memory. There's sort of a sense of familiarity as you look around. But yeah, it's difficult. You feel alive, but you don't feel the same. Is the best way I can put it. Everything is coming back as like you seem like a person in shock, to be honest. Your skin's a bit clammy, and your temperature's dropped. You seem to have been out all night, so that's probably not helped.
The medical
Yeah.
term in Saxon is, so I died, but somehow I got better.
Yeah.
When Zach mentions that he doesn't know why he put his blindfold on, James will say, the guy that took me told me to put my gun down, and I did, and I don't know why. Like that's like why would I do that? It's like this like some weird hypnosis bullshit.
Maybe we should all recount what happened last night before we ended up in this circle.
Well,
Gerbil?
So, two things. One, do we have hunger?
Yes, you're all now at hunger. Let's say 3.
Hunger 3?
Yeah.
well,
It's as you've like started to take stock of yourselves, you realize that you are starving.
yeah.
You could eat anything right now. If there was like just a cow in front of you, it would be gone like that. Just you feel like bloody animals.
I need to go and speak to my police friend. Probably best if we report this with abduction.
Second,
I need to go talk to my friends. There is a definite hesitation before he says friends. Sorry, Jebel.
what would be the role for figuring out your geography? Like, how close or far away are you from your past location? You know.
So okay, you're definitely in the same place you were last night. But let's say that I would give it streetwise or academics intelligence.
If it looks like you're trying to figure it out, I would just say, I know where we are. I drove here with I drove here.
You
with
didn't.
I thought we drove
this
up
is
to the
not.
place.
This is not the place that you were taken.
Ah, okay then. Never mind then.
Okay, that's 4 successes.
Nice. Okay, I'll get to you in just a moment. Shadows.
Was I muted when Ryan was rolling? Because I asked if I could find an exit while he was rolling.
Oh, yeah, there's an exit, like clear as day.
Oh, okay, he's gonna take it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's academics. You know vaguely about this place. It's obscure. But it's like a touristy destination. This is the Dashwood Mausoleum, just on the outskirts of London, above the Hellfire Caves.
Are we still all covered in blood and everything?
Yes.
Is there anywhere where we can wash ourselves off, like a water fountain or anything?
Not that you can see.
And he's gonna be like, we're covered in blood and it's broad daylight. How the fuck are we gonna get out of here without people asking weird questions that we can't answer?
I'm
We got attacked, we got abducted, and some strange people tried to do a ritual, and they... I don't... Okay.
You know, a couple of months ago, I would have said nobody would believe that, but we've got a giant hole above the Pacific Ocean, so fuck it, let's go for it.
religious zealotry is on the rise. Seth's chasing after Elliot.
Yeah. James is also going towards the exit, and if anyone's staying behind, he'll attack. Like if sorry, what's your character's name, Jebel?
Veronica.
If Veronica's staying behind, James will look back at her and just say, "You coming?"
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. As two of you begin to move, well, Shadows.
He'll take off the hoodie, which is probably cold outside, so mistake, but whatever, and use it to like rub the blood out from whatever part of the hoodie isn't bloodied.
Right, okay.
Like not from the hoodie, like from himself, right?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Like he'll use the non-bloody part of the hoodie to rub the blood off of him, and then toss the hoodie aside and just.
Yeah, I imagine James will do the same with his shirt before throwing the shirt away.
You know, I'll leave this up to Jen, but Veronica had her lab coat on, so I'm pretty sure everything underneath that is okay-ish.
You have, as you check, like a large bloody stain like running down your neck and onto your top and everything. It's not as maybe bad as it could have been, but like your lab coat like sticks to part of your top, where like the blood is dried, congealed.
Oh, Tommy got this for me. Got me this for my birthday. Damn it!
Priorities.
Okay. She's been through a lot. Okay.
Wait, is that a Tommy my character knows? Please say yes. Please can that be the same Tommy my character knows?
I mean,
don't know.
that's the name of her boyfriend. It is entirely possible that you know her boyfriend.
Possibly.
What's your name? Calls over to Shadow's character.
I think he doesn't respond. Like he's taking like once he hasn't stopped moving. So once he feels like the blood has rubbed mostly out, he's just gonna toss the shirt, look around, find what looks closest like civilization, and just book it.
You can see a small town nearby.
Yeah, he's running. He's doing a run.
Okay.
I give chase.
If I wasn't at 3 hunger, I would have him accidentally use celerity and blink.
I don't think you have. We'll get to your powers and things.
Blink
is a high level power.
Very high level. You don't have it. Yes.
I thought Blink was the low level one.
No, Blink is 3 still.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I won't then.
If you have Blink, What the heck?
I think if you have Blink, Jen has some very big flavouring issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've only got Celerity 1. Never mind. Sorry, I was thinking like full-blooded vampire and Celerity 2 and
Hilarity 2 still doesn't give you blink.
yeah. So I don't know why I thought Blink was lower level. Never mind.
I mean, you can get it at like character creation if you stack it right, but that's just a full blood. So no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So mechanics aside, I take it you're all running towards this nearby town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. We will sort of cut to that then. You're all sort of able to keep pace. Maybe like Elliot is faster, and then James, and then the other two. But for the less athletically inclined, your lungs are annoyed at you, but they're not screaming like they would. They're not.
Yeah.
You're keeping pace well enough. Like, this is weird. You should have collapsed already. You don't know, maybe it's like the adrenaline or the hunger or the fear, but like you are not dying right now.
The not analytical mind is going to really take note of that because that is weird. You know, so many levels.
As he's running, does he feel his wallet still be a thing?
Yeah, you saw your wallet.
Okay, cool. He's running for the nearest taxi or metro or bus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, travel.
Veronica would be looking for a payphone.
I'm just looking for a random person to accost from the street because they probably have a mobile on them.
Are payphones a thing in 2014? Like, I know we got rid of them a while ago.
I mean, they still exist in Edinburgh at least, so
Fair enough.
like today, but
I mean,
I don't know anyone that uses them.
I mean, honestly, payphones stay around until someone decides to destroy them, so...
I tried to use a pay in real life. I tried to use a payphone a few weeks ago. It didn't work.
Oh, okay. Not fair. So, okay, let's go around that. Deezer, was there anything that James wanted to do there? Just as I can round robin this whole thing.
James wants to get back and make sure his family's okay.
Okay, so we'll sort of split it then. So Veronica and Zach are trying to find a method of communication. Feel free to give me wits awareness, we'll go with. Actually, wits awareness, probably all round.
Ooh, that's not good.
That's no successes from me.
Okay. So Zach and Veronica, you do see someone chatting on their phone. He's like a middle-aged guy. He's in it's not tweed, it's like it's a jumper with like elbow patches. And yeah, he's like clearly walking to somewhere in a hurry, and he's talking loudly on the phone about. So yeah, Jervil, go on.
What you just described is a middle-aged tracksuit.
Kinda, yeah. He has one of those like caps on, the ones that like people in the English countryside are depicted as wearing. It's those. It's not like a peaky cap or anything. It's just you're definitely in Tory country. That's what you see. James and Elliot. Elliot, you do see a bus. It's like one of those like large tour buses. James, you're distracted. It's not the bus that you focus on, it's the people coming off it. They, I don't know, there's something about them that's sort of drawing you towards them.
You know,
That
it's weird. I'm
hunger
looking at all these
is-
people and I keep thinking about lunch and I don't know why.
You could do lunch. Just grab a bite to eat. It's weird. You've already taken like 2 or 3 steps in that direction. But sorry to like veer off slightly from the bus. And follow the crowd. Maybe they're going to food. Who knows? So Gerbil and Zach. Or Gerbil and Ryan. Anyway. The 2 of you see this man on the phone. There's probably more people on phones as well around, but this is the one that you sort of zoom in on. What would you like to do?
I go up to the man and
might I suggest the pretty little lady go ask the guy for the phone?
yeah, but the feminine man just walks up and goes, "I need your phone. Help! Help! Sorry, help!" And is panicked. The dog is confused.
I mean, you're both approaching.
Yeah.
Now, we both
And
look
you're
like
both
shit.
still covered in blood. You look like you've been out all night. This is probably the roughest that you've ever looked. You'd be extras in Shaun of the Dead, you know?
There is a non-zero chance that there are multiple sticks stuck in her hair.
Mhm.
Same with Zach.
Yeah. I mean, like parts of your hair, like matted, where you were on the ground in this horrible ritual circle of blood and death. Like,
So some of Zach's ponytail is indeed red at this moment.
yeah.
And Veronica
like this guy looks
just-
very startled as you two approach.
we were attacked last night.
Let's do like a very quick charisma persuasion just to see how well this is going to go.
Does stunning apply?
Not when we
Yes.
look like.
We'll give them stunning because reasons. But yeah,
There's my beauty apply then.
yours doesn't. He's unfortunately terribly straight.
Oh.
2 successes.
Mhm.
Right. Yes. Of course. Do you need me to phone the police? Like he's taking a step back, but he's not disengaged.
I've got a private number for a policeman. Can you call him? His name's Officer Tennant.
Trent.
Sorry.
But you give the number.
Yeah.
Need dials it in. It rings for a couple minutes. Lord, there's a familiar voice on the other end of the line. And this guy starts asking you for like information, like what happened and what are your names? You know, just trying to get a handle of the situation.
Dr. Zach McMillan.
Trouble your need.
Veronica Gray.
Yeah, he gives that name to the police officer. No, I won't give them my phone. And he argues like for like a moment, I said, fine, and hands it over to Zach.
I take it and goes, Trent, hey,
Hey, so what happened?
uh, well, I was leaving the hospital. I saw Miss Gray being kidnapped when I was approached, and I decided it would best not to fight back against a creepy dude wearing a mask. And he dragged me out to, I give the name of this town, where weird shit happened, and I feel weird. I need to get to a proper place to be able to check myself out, but for that I kind of need a lift. Any chance you can
I mean,
entrance?
Wickham, it'll take me about an hour or so to get out there.
I just want someone I can trust.
Sure. I'll see what I can do.
Any chance you could
just wait there. Find a pub.
Will do. Any chance you can pop past mine, let Alan know I'm safe, and maybe grab me some clothes?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we'll get that sorted.
I'm currently covered in
frantically
blood.
sort of scrambling to get things sorted. But yeah, you can see a pub called the George and Dragon. It's a very sort of country style pub. Just find somewhere to rest, get your bearings, write down everything you remember, and I'll be there soon, okay? Is Miss Gray with you, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so keep her with you, and
there were two other guys with me, but they pulled off. I'm not sure where they are.
Zach, I can't take your statement over the phone
Sorry.
come and get you. Just calm down, get something to eat, and I'll be there as soon as I can, okay? I'll phone you when I'm on the road.
Hangs up.
Yeah.
Hands the guy back his phone. Sorry.
Over to Shadows and Doozer for a second. So Shadows, you see this bus. There's people disembarking. They seem to be out on like a day tour. It's like, come see the Hellfire caves emblazoned on the posters on the side. And there's lots of like occult voodoo nonsense sort of on this poster and things. But yeah, it's like a tour guide's bus.
Okay, can I... Is that the only one I can spot with 3 successes? Like, I can't spot like a normal bus sitting area or anything like that?
There's like an actual bus stop. You don't see any buses just now. And you can see one of the other victims of last night's attack, James, I think his name was, moving off, following the crowd of people slightly. He's only taken a few steps, but he's like veering away from you.
He's gonna is the bus driver still in the bus?
They're off. They're just like lighting up a cigarette.
Okay, he'll like approach, kind of making sure he doesn't come off as aggressive. Given that he's very aware of how a 5'10" trained fighter without extra clothes, so he's basically just in a t-shirt looks.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like, hey, so someone kidnapped
Um,
me, and it was a very weird thing. Um, what help? Do you have a phone, or are you guys going? I need to get back to my daughter.
yeah, he looks at you. You still have like you cleaned some of it off, but there's like smattering of blood and things still on parts of you, but you don't have a mirror or anything, you can't see it. Um, he's sort of taking this whole nightmare tableau in. Uh, there's like a sort of like initial reaction of like, I'm being jumped. Um, before he sort of
Like, clearly,
uh,
he's acting like I've been jumped. Please help.
yeah, yeah. Uh, all right. Yeah, mate. Phone, phone. Yeah, climbs back into the bus. And comes out a minute later. Yeah, hands it over.
Thank you.
It's a like flip phone.
Yeah.
Uh,
He kind of goes, they would mind if I go with you, right? He points towards the
um,
crowd.
hmm. He thinks for a moment. Um, hmm. I mean, I just got here. I'm meant to be on like a break. You know. But
I
we're
mean,
leaving in about an hour.
I haven't looked at the bus schedule. Are you guys coming back to London?
Yeah, I'll be taking the scoop back. Um,
I mean, if I could, if any it happens before the regularly scheduled bus, I imagine. Do you mind?
yeah. Hmm. He is clearly thinking about whether he should charge you for a ticket. Um, sure.
Thank you.
Um,
He'll like shakily, like, now that he has a way to get back home. First
mm,
priority done. Second priority, um, call Becca, who's probably at work.
mm.
So
Yeah.
he'll call.
It barely rings once. Clarify, this is your ex, yeah? Yeah. Um, Immediately,
It's not my number though.
like, no, but like, yeah, immediately. Um, Hello, who is this? There's like franticness in this
Yeah, there's a
woman's voice.
Becca. Someone kidnapped
Oh
me,
my God,
jumped
where
me.
have
I
you
don't know.
been? We've been
I
calling you all night.
I don't know.
Um,
I got kidnapped.
what are you talking about?
Becca, I got kidnapped. Is Grace
We've been
safe?
worried sick. Yes. I've had to hire a babysitter, but yeah, she was incredibly worried when you didn't come home. What the hell? Are you running with that card again?
No, I got kidnapped. Why is it so hard to believe?
Okay, hmm, okay, Grace is fine. Um, she, Grace is fine.
I
Where
got
are you?
I he goes, I'm not sure. Give me a second. And he doesn't even mind putting a hand over the phone. He just kind of like turns towards the guy and goes, where are we?
Wickham, mate.
Wickham, apparently. Um, the the very nice bus driver here says he won't mind taking me back to London, so I can get home, I think.
Okay, why are you phoning on this number? What? Like,
Because the very nice man gave me his phone, okay? And he,
oh, where's your phone?
I don't know.
Okay, like, just let me know when you're back in town and we'll sort something out.
Yeah, I'll have to go and see if I can get a phone.
And that's where we'll cut away here for just a moment. Bizzarre, what's James doing?
I don't think James would follow them that far because
Mhm.
he's got more important things on his mind than food
Mhm.
at the moment. Like,
Hard to ignore.
Yeah, at
it's hard
Hunger
to
3,
ignore.
there's very
It's hard to
little.
ignore, but he's he considers going to see his family, but he think he's super paranoid right now, and his concern is that these crazy cultists might be watching and might follow him home, and he doesn't want to lead them to his parents or his baby or his little brother. So he's like, he's like, fuck, do I call Billy or Trent? Fuck. Fuck it. Trent was there that night. I'll phone Trent and he'll start asking if anyone has a phone, and then notice that Elliot is talking on a phone. So he'll come back to Elliot and ask if he can use that phone quickly when Elliot's done.
Yeah, you sort of catch the tail end of this very angry, concerned, frantic woman on the other side of the phone. Yeah. She's like, just stay there, or come back, like, and like hangs up, and yeah.
James just raises an eyebrow and says, "Wife."
I think Elliot just looks at the bus driver as he's handing the phone back to him and goes, "Exis, what can I say?"
Hey mate, can I make a phone call? I was well, as you can probably tell, I didn't come out here by choice. Some dickheads jumped me, and I need to get back, but I don't have a phone or anything, and I need to let people know I'm okay.
Yeah, sure. Kind of rolls his eyes like, this is my good deed for the year. Like,
yeah. He's like, cheers, mate. How are you on? And he takes the phone and he phones Officer Trent.
Elliot is just gonna sort of give a. I'm gonna go check the bus schedule.
Yeah, you do that. He just like nods and then.
He was saying it to the bus driver.
Oh, okay.
Because he did mention, like, I haven't checked it, but like I'll check it if you are the first one to leave, can I leave with you? Right, like that was the thing he was saying.
Yeah.
So he'll go make good on his word.
Yeah. Cool. You dial Trent. Picks up very quickly again. Yeah. Who's this? Look, I'm very busy.
Trent, Kevin, Buddy.
Jimmy, fuck off. Like, I've got big things to do today, like shit's happening. Just turn yourself in. I don't know what you've done.
I'll have you know, I'm the victim of a crime. I was fucking kidnapped. You judgmental prick.
There's like a pause. You're not Wickham by any chance, are you?
Yeah. Wait, how the fuck do you know I'm in Wickham?
Shit. Is there someone with you? Young guy.
Yeah. He's where the fuck am I pointing? You're not here. Yeah. There was another guy here. Because everyone does that. Everyone points when they're on the phone, and you can't see.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what he
Um,
doesn't see is you point at Elliot, not at Sack.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, look.
Yeah, it makes it even better.
Okay. Go with them to the Georgian Dragon. And just wait. Okay, I'm on my way.
Wait. No. Is that where there were 3 people with me. The one I'm with wants to get back on the bus. But
Yeah, as you're looking around,
you
you can see Zach and Veronica moving towards the pub.
Yeah, and he'll just shout over to Elliot, "Oi, mate! We need to go to the Georgian Dragon."
I think Elliot is.
No,
You don't know his name.
You don't know it.
Yeah, Elliot's mind is in one track. Get home.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Well, looks like."
So
we should
he's
be
gonna
putting
check
us
the
in.
bus schedule.
Yeah. Like.
Okay, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I have your attention. Don't fuck this up. Get everyone. Go to the pub. Everyone
Will
who
do.
was with you. Okay.
I will. Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you know how to get a statement? Write down everything you remember. You've done this enough times. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll be there soon.
Yeah.
And
We'll do.
yeah.
Okay.
Hands up.
Yeah, and he hands the phone back. And does he still have his wallet on him?
You do. Yeah.
Okay, but he gets his wallet and he hands the bus driver a tenner, but just as a thank you for letting him use the phone, because he pays debts. Like the guy let him use his phone, he didn't have to do that, so gives him a tenner.
Tickets are $12.50, mate.
Oh yeah, it's fucking London, isn't it? He gives him 20 quid, and because I was not for a ticket, mate. It's for the phone. Cheers, and he just walks off. And
Right, do you just keep the phone, or are you giving it back?
Oh no! He's giving the phone back.
Right, cool.
He gives the phone with 20 quid.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And he's going after Elliot. It's like, oi, Elliot. No, sorry, doesn't know his name. It's like, oi, dickhead.
Does Elliot get to the bus schedule?
You do. It's not too far away.
Okay.
So
he's gonna read it, looking for the first bus to London.
Yeah, I just
next bus is in like 38 minutes.
Is it to London?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Continue.
I just phoned an officer friend of mine. He's on his way. I assume he's going to give us a lift back, but he wants us all to go to sorry, what was it called?
Georgian Dragon.
The Georgian Dragon.
He wants us to go to the Georgian Dragon because that's where the other 2 are going now. I guess they must have phoned Trent before I did. And he wants us all to write a statement. So we've got to go do that. And then I imagine we'll get a lift back home.
He's visibly kind of ignoring you. He's just very focused on reading the bus schedule.
Yeah.
So do you just assume he's heard you and leave, or?
No. He was told to make sure they all come, and my character is used to following orders and following them properly, so he's gonna stick with you, and probably just do the thing where he like waves his hand in front of your face.
When your hand goes near his face, he turns around and basically just soccer punches you.
Wow, rude.
Okay. Do you see me
Is it
athletics?
Is that deliberate or like a reflex?
It's a reflex.
Elliot, you can make your attack roll. I think we were going with Dex and roll.
Can
yes.
Can I counter that with an attack of my own?
In theory,
This
you
is more
have
like a
brawl.
reflex thing rather than like a. Actually, this is a good point. Yeah. You see, time kind of slow for you. Like maybe you just hopped up in adrenaline. Yeah. You see this punch coming, and you can make a conscious choice of if you want to like hit him back or try to dodge.
You know what? It's the Spider-Man. This is the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man scene.
Question.
Where he just dodges to the side, and you
still have to roll the dodge. You don't just do it.
Yeah. No, you still do.
Question: does it count as sporting combat?
No, this is not sporting. This is the opposite of sporting. You said it's a sucker punch.
That's true.
So, and does rapid reflexes just add my celerity?
Rapid reflexes is letting you make this dodge at no penalty, basically.
Okay, for those of you,
it's Dex Athletics, right?
That is 4 ones across 8 dice. Half my dice were ones.
Well,
so if we were on doing a old World of Darkness game, you would have botched twice.
Welcome to my dice rolling luck.
Half my pool was ones.
Atrocious.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got 1 success on. So yeah. You just watch James. It's weird. James dodges, but he dodges almost lazily, like he's not even concerned, and there's sort of a look of confusion on his face as he watches your fist go slowly past him, and he's looking at you like. In fact, no, he doesn't. He returns with a punch of his own.
Can I athletics dodge?
We're gonna sort of like skip ahead a little bit.
Okay, I'm just gonna dodge the punch or catch it or whatever because I'm a trained fighter. So I can just be like,
you have like a brief scrap.
Yeah.
Any like hits that you're landing on each other don't hurt.
Yeah.
Like nearly as much as they should. And yeah, Izzard.
I mean, that's basically the like he'll dodge. Like he's not trying to attack him anymore because he's like realized that like he's not trying to. Well, he was. Actually, are you trying to hurt him?
No, he was waving his hand in front of your face to get your attention.
In which case, he won't try to hit you again.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, sorry, mate. Reflex.
I'll get your attention, dickhead. We've got to go to the Georgian Dragon. A police officer will be picking us up and taking us back home. So let's skedaddle.
Okay.
Time's a wasting. We've got to write our statements. Let's move.
Okay, I mean, the next bus is in like 38 minutes, so plenty of time.
I cannot convey how little I care. And he just like that way.
For shadows, Elliot would be aware that a police car can go a bit faster than a bus, you know?
Oh yeah, no, he's aware. It's just he also knows how many people can fit in a police car.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, is he coming alone? Because otherwise, I don't think we have the space.
I imagine so. I mean, I wish I knew that. I wish I knew that Gerbil's character was in the boot, because James would make a joke and say, "Well, Veronica can go in the boot again."
You do know that you told him how many of you there were. Like you were with the others. You told him.
Yeah.
So presumably he'll take that into account.
Yeah.
Elliot doesn't know what's been told.
Yeah.
He's just like,
No, I know that, but I'm just informing users so they can play it properly. Yes, Dribble.
I did tell him there were 4 of us, so they might bring 2 cars for us. Don't know.
Yeah, we'll cut over to Dribble for a second.
Yeah.
So, would there be a phone in the pub?
Yeah,
Not in the pub, but near it. At least not like a visible one.
So she walks into the pub and just basically goes to the bar and basically flags down a waiter or waitress or whomever she happens to meet first who is staff and goes, "Do you have a phone I can use?"
This waitress, Lucy, is kind of taking a bag, just getting covered in blood.
I was kidnapped.
Can you just think for a second?
And she basically quickly goes, "I called the police. The police are coming. I just need to let my boyfriend know I'm safe." You know.
Oh right. This isn't some kind of performance art.
No. This is not a joke at all.
No. Okay, I believe you. Do you need help? You said you're phoned to police. Do you need? What can I do?
I just need to let my boyfriend know I'm safe.
Right.
And I need alcohol. A lot of alcohol.
She looks over at you, like again, sort of jumps a bit. Right. Sure. I'll get you a pint. Okay. Phone. She like pulls out her phone and hands it to you. Like no questions asked. Really, just sort of phone done.
Lucian finds the darkest because of Lucian's current bane. Just finds the darkest corner to sit in, away from super bright light.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. You're having a bad time outside. Like that, I should have had you roll that penalty actually. But yeah.
My ministry bane kicks in.
Yeah. The pub is nice and dark and cool. You're like a lizard finding their sort of safe rock to crawl under.
So Veronica basically just finds she probably sits at the same table that Zach sits at, and she's calling first Thomas, and then Jesse. You know.
Can I just point out how much I love that Veronica, this scared little lady, is saying, "Can I phone my boyfriend? I was kidnapped and I just wanted to know I'm okay." And as she's saying that, 2 big, scary-looking guys, James and Elliot, are going to be walking in behind her, and I just love that.
We'll get to that in a moment. You're not quite in yet. We're sort of wibbly wobbly with time a little bit. So yeah. So you phone Thomas first. You said yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or Jesse.
Thomas first.
Thomas first. Okay. Again, the phone answers almost immediately. Like 3 of you got text messages off before you were kidnapped, so you have very worried partners.
Tommy.
V, that's you.
Yeah.
Oh God, where have you been?
I got kidnapped.
Fuck.
It wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was people in golden masks.
Okay. Okay, are you safe? Like, where are you? I'll come get you.
What was the town you said?
Wickham.
I'm in a pub in Wickham. I'm. Police are coming. I'm safe.
Mhm. Okay. Wickham. How did you get to Wickham? Um, okay. I can be there soon. I mean,
Is
do you want me
Jesse
to
with
meet you
you?
there, or?
Is Jesse with
Yeah,
you?
yeah. We were really scared. We've been trying to get the police to take us seriously, but they've been fucking useless. Um,
Could you
um,
could you put Jesse on?
yeah, sure. Um, yeah, I somewhat reluctantly hands the phone over to your younger sister. Um, I realize I should have given him an American accent, son of a bitch. Um, anyway, he's too panicked to be American. So,
And and she definitely goes, "Hi, Jelly Bean."
Veronica, you're okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Like,
You think for a moment you're not okay. Um,
well,
you definitely
I'm
felt like
alive.
you.
I'm alive and semi-sane.
Um, okay. I mean, Tommy was just saying something about Wickham. Um, like what's going on?
Uh, some asshole named Alistair jumped me and Craig at the lab. I
Oh, right, what, Craig? Yeah. Are you both okay? Like, what's?
um I I and her voice is quivering and she's on the verge of tears. I I I think Craig might be dead.
Sack nods at that.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. She is lost for words. Um. Okay.
So needless to say, I've had a really fucked night.
Yeah. That sounds that.
So
Um,
fuck, I was one who
but
saw Greg walking. Success.
but
Is
not
someone with you?
yeah. Dr. Macmillan is with me. He got
Um.
he got nabbed by the same people.
Right.
Like I
Um.
said, I'm safe and I'm intact. I just wanted to make sure you weren't worrying more than is necessary.
Sure. Okay. That is good to know. Um. I don't know what to do. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I'm the big sister. I'm supposed to be the one who knows everything.
I mean, I think it's fair that I step up when you get fucking kidnapped. You have two stalkers?
I have a stalker and a weird occultist who tried to sacrifice me.
What do you mean, tried?
You better not tell Tommy.
Um,
And she just says they they tried to kill me.
My God. I mean, are you? Yeah, she kind of breaks down. Like she's mostly babbling incoherently. Um,
Shh, Jellybean, Jellybean. I'm okay. I'm okay.
and yeah, at this point, this is when the other two come into the bar or the pub. Um, and yeah, we'll cut away from Veronica's conversation just now. As the others sort of see you at your table, and I imagine this is when you all sort of join up again. Can't believe we're doing you meet in the tavern thing.
Yeah. Actually, Elliot
Zach is
is.
just
Is there somebody cleaning a glass somewhere?
Zach is just drinking the alcohol that was supplied to him.
Yeah, no, there's the bar staff is like coming over with drinks and things, and someone's found a blanket. Like,
sorry,
as one of them has found a blanket to bring over, and like doesn't know who to give it to, settles on Veronica, and like it's just started trying to do the like you're in shock thing, and yeah, like tries to put like a cup of tea in front of them.
Also, she is very small.
Yeah. Deuce. Yeah.
James will say to the person at the bar, "Can we have 4 sheets of paper and 4 pens, please?" And then he will go over to the table where Zach and Veronica are, and he will very pointedly take their alcoholic drinks away and say, "No alcohol until you've written a statement." If you write a statement while drunk, the police won't use it.
I mean, really, it's just asking you to write down everything you remember, so that it stays like everything that's like fresh in your mind. You'll take your statement when you're in person.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like a memory, like assist thing.
Yeah.
Shadows.
Can I go to the bar and ask them for water and a bathroom?
Yeah. At this point, the bar staff is like clearly been talking. Like we've seen them in the background of this phone call and everything, where they've been like gesturing at the table and like seeing myself like, do we call the police? They said they phoned the police. What do we do? Okay, get them like fucking blankets or something. Like, it's what they do on TV.
And then 2 scary guys walk in. One asks for paper, and the other one's like,
Can
I get water?
If I know that we'll have to give a verbal statement, which obviously, sorry, it's me being a dab. My character will just ask for a Coke with ice, and then go and sit. And when he sits with Zach, he'll be like, "Tell me you're not drinking alcohol. Tell me you're not that stupid."
Only a tiny bit. Don't worry, it's not enough to get me wasted. I know. I'm a doctor. I know my limits.
It's not that. It's the police are going to be here soon, and we've got to write a statement. Well, we've got to give a statement, which you can't do while drunk.
Yes, which is why I'm not getting drunk.
We're gonna skip forward a little bit.
Okay.
As you all sort of like adjust, Elliot does get a bathroom and cleaned up a bit, I guess. You all look and feel terrible despite your best efforts. The pub grub that is eventually served to you while you're waiting tastes bland. Not bad, but not good. You definitely never come back here, like given the choice. But like the beer is bad. The Coke is bad. Even the water is just somehow lifeless as it passes your lips. It's terrible.
Veronica's lifelike, and it specifically says you enjoy food and drink as normal.
I'm doing a bit. Don't worry, I know.
Sorry.
there's a bit of a shock, sort of like culture shock of like your body's now like adjusted for blood, which tastes super delicious. Food kind of bland. So Elliot, you're also raising your hand at one point.
I was asking, does the menu, when Elliot compares the funds in his wallet to the menu prices?
It's doable, but you're not being charged.
Okay.
So everyone's just like, oh, they've been attacked. Like there's like another bartender who comes on shift while you're waiting. And it's like, there's like a quiet conversation of like, is this like a theater group at the Hellfire Caves or something? And it's like, no, they got attacked. So yeah.
We are not a LARP group.
Yeah, Elliot definitely is just like worriedly looking through his wallet like, how can I make this work now that I have to buy a phone again?
And Zach also would, once Dr. Grace finished with her phone call, he would want to make a phone call to his significant other.
Yeah. When Veronica hangs up, the waitress starts to come back over, but then like you pass the phone over to Zach, and Zach starts phoning. She just turns back. But yeah, okay.
Veronica mouths. Veronica mouths sorry to the waitress.
Yeah. She's like, no, it's fine. Cool. So who's Zach calling?
He'll be calling Alan, of course.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah.
Again, it doesn't ring for long, as you're one of the people who got their message off. So it was Alan. It was like American, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm actually safe on the roleplay front. I'm perfect. Okay, 1 second. Let me just.
I believe we say it was Texan.
Hey, darling.
Hey. So the text I sent you, yeah. Not a serial killer, but I did get kidnapped.
Interesting.
Are the twins okay?
What? Yeah, Darwin and the twins are fine. What the hell's going on?
Well, as I said in the text, was leaving work, saw Dr. Gray getting kidnapped. The guy tagged me and walked over to me. My choices were try to fight, get hurt, or just go with the guy and hope I didn't die.
Right, and I guess you just went along with it, didn't you?
The dude was
I'm not criticizing. I'm just
the dude was nearly
UK man.
The dude
you guys need some guns.
The dude was nearly as jacked as you. Nearly.
Telling you, come work out at the gym with me. This won't happen. Are you safe? You're safe,
Wickham.
right?
Yeah, I'm in Wickham with some other people, including Dr. Blake.
Wickham? You know it's spelled Wycombe, right? And English makes no fucking sense.
I don't judge your home country, dear.
Yes, you do, and you should.
Just wanted to let you know that I'm okay. But the important question, the most important question ever asked this century. Please tell me you made sure the bike was okay.
Yeah, I've had the fucking police all over it.
Very good.
Like, I don't know, I think they have it.
Trent,
active crime scene and everything, but
I contacted Trent to come pick us up. He should be stopping by the apartment to grab some spare clothes for me. My current ones are a mess, and not not the fun kind of mess.
well, I'm glad you're okay. Sorry, yes, Jarble?
Sorry.
Can't stop doing the accent.
Something just occurred to me. As like a thing like the bar staff could have done, like they could have looked at the completely soiled clothes that people are wearing and offered oversized hoodies.
Yeah, I mean, probably one of the bar staff has offered one. But yeah, it's very beside the point. Back to the phone call.
Yeah, the guy who thing mentioned you and the twins, so that's why I was just a bit worried.
Right, well, we're fine.
Okay, that's good. Sorry if I don't sound amazing. Everything's just kind of been a bit dull since I woke up.
Right, I mean, you've had a shock. So I mean, look, when you get back, I'll give the twins to someone. And
Sebastian will probably be
right, yeah,
what happened to them.
Yeah, they'll look after them, and we'll have a nice quiet day, a week, like whatever you need.
May need to.
And he comes across as like very sweet, like just there's clearly a lot of affection just like bleeding through the phone. There's been the same with like all of the partners and things except for Becca, maybe, who's just a bit anxious.
Yeah, a night of snuggles on the couch and maybe watch a few action movies. Need to watch Die Hard again.
I do love Die Hard.
Shocking no one.
Well, I'm just saying, young Bruce Willis can get it. Okay.
You want me to shake my head?
Oh no, I couldn't ask that of you. Besides, you don't have the frame to carry it, love. It's just like going into familiar teasing to try and keep you calm.
Yeah. And that's and people watching, it's the first time Zach actually properly smiled since waking up.
Mm-hmm.
But I currently have acquired someone else's phone, so I should probably let them get it back. See you later, hon.
Right. Yeah, see ya. And yeah, you hang up. The waitress is very pleased to get her phone back finally. Like,
Thank you.
Kind of all over the place.
Hands the phone back and has kind of the the little smile you have when you speak to your significant other, and it was a thing. Yeah, sure. Got that dewy old smile as he hands the phone over.
Mm-hmm. Right, okay. No, Elliot, Shadows.
Yes. As he hands the phone over, Elliot kind of like finishes writing what he's been writing, turns over, like looking at the waitress and goes, "Can I send a text?"
She lets out a small sigh and hands the phone back.
It'll be quick. He just like quickly types the text to Becca saying, in a pub, one of the people that got kidnapped called the police. They're coming. Should be safe and okay. Give Grace a big kiss for me. Tell her the big bad wolf didn't get me this time.
Yeah, you send off that text.
And then he just gives the phone.
Before we wrap up for today, Is there any last thing you want to do? You'd all have a scene together as you're sitting here. Some of you writing out your the things that you remember, things that you've seen. Next session will be jumping forward a bit, obviously, just to keep things moving. But yeah,
I think James is going to be writing, and I think it's up. He will turn to Ellie and say, "Hey, that moment outside when you tried to punch me, were you punching me in slow motion?"
No, I mean, it was a shit punch. Like a really shit punch. Like, the nerves must have got into me. I've never punched that badly in my life.
Right. To me, it looked like you were punching in slow motion, which was weird because everything slowed down. Like all the people slowed down. Everyone did.
Wait, that doesn't normally happen to you when you're in a fight?
No. I don't mean the focus. Like I get the focus. I've had that. I don't mean focus. I mean it was like I could choose whether or not I wanted to let you hit me. It was weird.
I mean,
did we end up in the Matrix?
With that shitty of a punch, I think you easily could have. God.
What was that from Zach?
Did we end up in the Matrix?
Yeah, bullet time. Yeah, that's what it was like. It was sort of like bullet time.
And if we did, why did you end up as the one? Points towards
because I'm fucking awesome, obviously. And he takes a sip of his Coke and he's like, how do you fuck up Coke? It's bland. How do you fuck up Coke?
I don't know. My water is bland.
Veronica just goes, "What the shit happened to us last night?"
I don't know.
And that's where we'll end up.
Yeah.
I think there's a shrug.
Yeah, as we zoom out from this table in a little pub in Wickham, you're all sort of discussing what happened, and there's maybe little moments of recognition. You're not sort of going into your own stories or anything, but you're pulled together somewhat by being murdered together. Brings people closer, apparently. And yeah, we will wrap up. Chat, give a round of applause to my wonderful players who let me murder them. I hope everyone enjoyed that.
The real friends were the murder victims we met along the way.
Okay, please, someone run us out before any more bad jokes are told.
Yeah.
Hey, I've only told one bad joke this session, damn it.
That's one too many.
Wow.
We have been Table Troop Games. This has been Vampire the Masquerade Afterlife. We're going to go do an after show. And
thank you for watching.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you next week.
Oh, that's the thing. We should probably we have a Discord, and you give me a moment. I do put a link to the Discord.
I do apologize that none of the members killed here were Big T Police Girl.
No. we have a Discord which I just linked in the chat.
So what you're telling me is I should have created a Big Titty Police Girl.
We can't get Helsing references.
If anybody wants to jump on, if anybody wants to jump onto the Discord and discuss the show, feel free to do so. We also have a Twitter, which you can find at it's Table True Games, and we have a YouTube channel, which is Table True Games. Where we will upload our bots.
Also,
it's cool.
What you said about not being able to get Helsing reference to everything, not with that attitude.
Anywho's, I think that's everything.
Happy birthday.
Bye.
Stop making that
Bye.
a thing.
It's definitely gonna be a thing.